Right, we're here for research notes. Don't know what the opposition is gonna be. Oh shit. Lightning isn't gonna work on that. I'm pretty much dead. We lost fight. Creature was so far away. Doesn't matter. We do need to switch spells. Damage, willpower, and intelligence. Bad area to train these skills. We have to use the clan fear and proper magic to deal with the opponents. Let's say Minotaur and Nymph or whatever they're called. Okay, serious opposition anyway. Same shit everywhere. Shit. Luck is being drained, oh no! Restoration Journeyman. Luck is still being drained. Amulet of Reflection, reflect spell 20%. That's quite a lot. Resist fire, 20%. Reflect and absorb would be good if you would sort of commit yourself to fighting at range. Because that would be the most things hitting you. Spells and arrows. So armor class wouldn't matter that much, I guess. Arrows are mostly easy to dodge unless there's multiple attackers. Elven Greaves. It's a better light armor than I currently have. Akaviri Warhammer Burden. So it weighs too much, I can't carry it out. Ring of Agility. A decent loot. Hello, friend. That effect seems to be like it could be a equipment destroying effect. Storm Bow, shock damage. 8 points in 20 feet on strike. That's quite a lot of area. Inner Bramble Point Cave. I'm unlikely to get armor to 50, but we're gonna get close. Don't have to buy any more training for it. We would like block and heavy armor increases though. Problem is, the moment I do that, I'll move very close to getting a level up. Standard issue troll. Probably have about 4 pounds of free carry weight still, so we'll have to be very careful what we pick up. Quest item likely has no weight with everything else. Can't get any more weapons. Maybe light armor pieces? Okay, it's a Spriggan and a Will-O-Wisp at least. Spriggan noticed us. I heard a summon spell. Another Spriggan. Oh shit. I need to do at least one fight without the clan fear, otherwise no one's attacking me. They know that I'm a lesser threat with my fists, I can't do nearly enough damage. Which is fine. Right, the nodes are not in this map area. Reasonably, there's a chance we could get maybe armor to 50, but we would have to take hits. Intentionally take them. And against these opponents, it's that's a problem. This is gonna take forever. It's regenerating enough that if you don't have an actual weapon that does damage, you are never gonna win it. Still, we got the block. We're gonna get another heavy armor soon. Yeah, nice increases on armor though. So in that sense, not a bad fight. We can still get a few extra levels here. And only heavy armor is anywhere close. Armor skills are notoriously hard to level up. Okay, the notes are probably here. I need to get rid of the will-o-the-wisp. Yeah, we took the damage. A lone troll would be something I'm willing to fight, but that's about the worst of it. Maze of Aversion. Way too heavy. Inner Rumble Point Cave. Jesus Christ. I'm assuming this is where we need to be. It's a Minotaur. Control. Yes. Yeah, we don't really want the blocking attacks though. So I just want to get our asses kicked so we get to repair. How bad is it? Ooh, we lost armor entirely. Excellent. There we go. We can finally repair magical gear. Huge, huge, huge thing. There's really no hope of getting another armor level, and we don't particularly care if we do get. Now it's all about heavy armor and block. Probably need like a single level will do. Heavy armor or block? Probably heavy armor. Although our armor won't survive that actually. We'll see. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's gonna be fun when we start to see other than standard issue minotaurs. Warhammer of the Dynamo. Soul Trap shock damage. It's a good one. It weighs 75 pounds. So totally out of the question. I could carry it out though. Maybe on the way out. I can use the feather potions and spells in combination. That looks interesting. Natural Welkin stones. Minotaur and a troll. Oh shit. I'm gonna need another clan if you're no matter what. Where are you going? Ooh. Ooh! What the fuck is that? Yeah, you need to go away now. Looks like a gigantic spider. Sort of. Similar at least. I do not want to go into melee with it. It killed the clan peer after all. Probably worse than a minotaur. Landro. Okay. Drought wax. It's hard to say how good it is because I wasn't really paying attention. Lithnillian's research notes. Wasn't paying attention in what condition the clan peer was when it engaged, or really when the fighting actually started. Still, it looks like I don't want to go fist fighting with it. I'd like to read those research notes. As I entered the final chamber of Bramble Point Cave, my eyes fell upon the goal of my expedition. In the inky blackness, the familiar aquamarine glow of the Welkin stone beckoned me in silent reverence. I was the first here in ages, evidenced by the thick layers of dust and debris strewn about. I don't remember how long I stood there, in awe of the beautiful crystals outside their natural environment. They all said I was crazy, a fool, a buffoon. Crystals growing outside Aelid ruins? Preposterous. I spent nearly a decade and all the money I had crossing Citadel and exploring the many natural caves studying her landscape. Then on that fateful night, a orc stumbled into the Imperial Bridge Inn where I happened to be drinking. He spouted off a line of nonsense about creatures that came out of the darkness, and I dismissed him as drunk until he said something that gripped my heart with hope. He spoke of a light in the darkness, as blue as the Lady Sea. Could it be the Welkin stones I was seeking? I had to know more. A few gold and many drinks later, the orc told me he'd been in Bramble Point Cave. As I made my way through the night to the cave, my mind was racing. The stories had to be true. The Aelid culture had mastered the art of creating these crystalline structures and was just beginning to cultivate them outside of their underground communities when they disappeared from history. That meant one thing. With the proper materials, magic and research, the Welkin stone could adapt to any environment. I had to get to Bramble Point and study them before anyone else found them. This would be my mark on history, my moment to shine. And now, after climbing through the cave, I've arrived at this chamber. After I finish this entry in my logbook, I'll have so much to do. So much to do indeed. This will be the day that Lithnillian will be remembered as the first to unlock the secrets of the Welkin stone. Interesting thing about this research I've done on the Welkin stones. I wish you could just basically rip off the research. It would be such a massive dig thing to do. Still. Right, mission accomplished. Nice place, very dangerous. Very lucrative loot-wise. We'll have to consider, do we want to take the Warhammer? I mean, it's a nice amount of money, but I really don't give a crap, because money is coming at a steady stream and we're not in real need of it. At the same time, let's see how much extra carry weight we can get. Plenty. Plenty, my dear, plenty. Ooh, movement speed also drastically increased, so maybe throwing the feather spell around wouldn't be a horrible idea. This one has a weapon. Previous ones did not. we're gonna die if I don't do something. Okay, heal and Magicka restoration, please. Lanfear will without doubt die. We already gained the level up. So there's no real point in trying to fight in any specific way here. We just need to survive and get the fuck out. And that's more or less it. This one chamber we were missing. There could be a treasure chest or two. Okay, I love the new speed increase with the feather. We should be... yeah, we've been here already. Okay, that's pretty much a wrap on this one. And we can rest at the inn. Do one additional side branch. Minor amount of gold and a taproot. Ebony cuirass, good heavy armor. Grand Sultan with the greater soul. You have the carry weight to move this, but barely. Yep, time to go. We're still on a timer. Not a strict timer though, we have plenty of potions to re-establish feather. I'm thinking of quick traveling to a store at this point. We have to wait until daytime anyway, so it doesn't matter. We'll have to use another potion no matter what.
You have my ear, citizen.
He's not here.
I hope your expedition has been more successful than mine. Splendid! Just splendid! I almost feared that you'd never return. I'm glad to see I was incorrect. As promised, I'd like to compensate you for your efforts.
3 strong poisons of sickness. Thanks. Thanks, dude.
The prettiest town in Cyrodiil? Don't know. But the ugliest is Bravil. Shabby, tumble-down shacks. They're big shacks, though. Keep yourself safe, my friend.
Right.
Hello there.
Have you ever met anyone who
Just
got
read the
rich
room.
betting on the arena? Didn't think so. I hope I can help. It's our natural barriers that keep us safe, mostly. Mountain borders north and east, open sea to the west, and bogs and rainforest to south. It's not the nicest bed in Cyrodiil, but it's cheap, 10 gold, and it's yours for the night. Very well, you can use either bed on the top floor. Oh, and do watch your step. You too.
Just want enough sleep to get to level up, and so we can get to a shop when we quick travel. Should be a fairly good one. Endurance, strength, luck, right. Endurance is respectable and strength is always positive no matter what. Extra carry weight. This isn't gonna be enough. And not even remotely.
Morning.
Well met. What's new with you?
I saw a mud crab a couple of days ago. Ugly little lad.
Yeah. You can tell when there's nothing really happening in a place when they talk about seeing mud crabs. Ooh, I lost the potion too. Not a problem, they're easy to produce.
Help an old beggar.
A pleasure to speak with you. Certainly. Have a look around.
The prices are acceptable. If I can get 50% of the value of the item, I'm content.
That seems a fair price.
Oh, we have a Staff of Frost and Mage's Staff of Frost. They're pretty much identical. Except, for some reason the Mage's Staff of Frost does the same damage but and has the same charge, but has more uses. Yet the other one isn't exactly full, but it's so close to full, it's not enough to explain the 17 use difference. Warhammer has to be sold elsewhere. Doesn't have enough money.
You've made a good bit of gold.
I know I have. That's the point. I wouldn't hold this shit out of there without it. I'm not sure I want to sell the Ebony Cuirass. Because it's a massively better armor than I currently have, and it's not that common either. We should at very least switch to magical gear in general anyway. And repair it.
Fine,
There's no difference between
You've made a
magical and
good bit of-
non-magical as far as maintenance is concerned anymore.
You drive a hard...
Steel Cuirass is a lot lighter weight. But difference isn't that much. Also, I'm not sure I want to wear the heavy armor anymore. We got what we wanted out of it, the endurance training.
A fine transaction.
Mm-hmm.
A good price for a good...
At least we got rid of most of the crap. That gives us enough carry weight so I don't have to drink any more potions.
You drive a hard bargain. I appreciate you. Good day.
Still need to visit a blacksmith. Does the town have a blacksmith?
How are you?
Warlock's Lock, no.
Not bad.
The Archer's Paradox. Because a perfect arrow flies forever, and that's impossible. I'm Daemon, and I have no perfect arrows. I have nothing to say about the Count and his son. The rest of the town is a little rough, but I don't mind. I like it that way. Have you heard about Kvatch? They say...
So they say.
Can I interest you in some of my
1,000
wares?
gold. We'll get a reasonable price out of it. Especially if we do a little bit
I'm
of
listening.
disposition increasing.
No more! You're frightening me! Yeah, that's a bit excessive, don't you think? I doubt you really mean that. You're a... I accept. I have no choice. Yeah, you're full of it. I'm not buying that one. Sure, Don't, please, I'm sorry. That's a bit excessive, don't you think? Good one. Yes, you're good. What can I interest you in?
Warhammer of the Dynamo.
You got a great deal there.
Yes, I did. Thanks for the great deal.
Come back and see me again. Bye.
Not looking good. Fire Ritual Greaves. I have armor pieces, medical armor pieces in store. So I definitely should use them. Not sure if I want to go with heavy armor or light armor. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Even Ebony Cuirass doesn't have a huge amount of armoring. And it does weigh a lot. I mean, we can deal with it, but it would be more convenient to use a light armor. We would move faster, so every time we don't want to go into melee, we would have a lot more options in battle. Right. We're doing something else. Shrine of the Crusader. We should have a location for it. Or not. There we are, right. We do have enchanting capabilities, so even if we don't, strictly speaking, have a good armor that's enchanted, we could sort of make do We probably have enough great and grand soul gems to cobble something together. Also, we should have new enchantment options because we got the journeyman restoration.
Talk is free. What do you want?
Should I do alchemy? I don't really feel like doing it right now. So what are we gonna use? I'll take all the magical gear and see what our options are. We could go for a mix. I mean, I don't particularly care. The magical effects in some sense are gonna be the more useful things anyway. Spell reflection, 20%. I wish you could see what your current equipment has. Frost shield versus fire shield. Fire shield is naturally better. It's slightly higher in value. There's a natural armor that's also higher. Gauntlet of Vigor. Extra strength, extra carry weight. Armor is a bit weaker though. And these are not good gauntlets, so maybe just enchant the orcish gauntlets. Better armor, more useful ability. Shaman helmet, fortify magicka versus I don't know what that piece of shit is. Wow, that looks amazing. 20%, 20 points isn't much, but it's still a decent enchantment, I guess. So it's useful. Right, I think I'm more or less happy with this. I'll put the rest of the equipment back in storage, just in case I want to use them. Amulet of Shield versus 20% reflection. The reflection is massively more better, but I don't really care for it. I don't want to reflect spells. I want to reflect damage or absorb spells. Or resist the damage or whatever. But I don't want to just bounce it back. It might have unintended consequences would be my biggest concern. They might heal themselves or something. Totem staff goes in storage. I haven't used this in a long time. Grand Ring of the Viper. This has to be sold away. It just isn't good. What boots do I have? Steel boots. That's not acceptable. Miner's boots are at least better. Also have higher armor. Let's sell a lot of this crap away. It's a bit of a mixed bag with the armors and the enchantments in them. Do I really want the athletics? I don't. We need to buy a new pair of boots and get rid of the miner's boots. Yeah, so Gauntlets and boots need to be bought. I'm sure we have enough enchantment power to put something useful in them.
Me children are starving, please help.
What's this about?
There's a new ship moored up in the waterfront district. The Marie Elena. It's a galleon, I think.
It is good to see you. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil. That's more than I'd usually pay. You've made a good bit of gold.
Right.
Thank you for your business. Please, return soon. It's
At the very
always a
least, we need
pleasure
to buy
see you.
boots. We might be able to get better armor in general,
Well met.
at least with the gauntlets.
Can I beg a favor of you?
Corrupt Imperial Watchman.
Hey, stranger. Can you spare a few coins? I've just been shaken down by that bastard watchman, and he took my last septim. The bastard took every coin I had with me. I don't know his name, but I know his face. Ruslan and I were shopping at Jensen's when he accused us of stealing. We turned out our pockets to prove we were innocent, but he didn't care. And we had to pay the fine, or he was going to march us off to jail.
Why didn't Jensen report him?
He's shaken down most of the shopkeepers in the market district. They're all too afraid of him to do anything. Jensen wouldn't even talk about it. Someone ought to do something about him. Captain Lex blames the Grey Fox for Take my advice.
Suddenly a quest.
Stay away from the Watchmen.
What do you want? You want light armor? You'll never leave the feed. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Fine wares. Dwarven gauntlets. Orcish gauntlets are at least just as good. Steel boots. Iron boots. They're all equally worthless. I was like 100% certain I'd get better boots. Apparently no.
Good day.
What? Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Why don't you sell goddamn boots?
I let that... A pleasure. Good day.
There are other armor shops here. At least a shield seller.
Greetings. A pleasure to speak with you. Take care.
Kill that crab. No. Running out of time. Shops will close soon.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I'll buy a horrible pair of boots if that's the only option I have.
Yes?
Do you have shoes?
What can I interest you in?
Fur boots. Iron boots. Steel boots. Steel boots it is.
You're fine to go. Thank you. Good day.
Good day, mate. Now, we can enchant them a little bit, everything's fine. And we need to make... Do we need to make anything? We do have a heal cell spell. And it's not that great, but it's acceptable.
A pleasure to see you.
I don't think we need anything desperately on the spell front, so...
Oh, a pleasure to speak with you. The Mages Guild has made... If you come across any unusual ingredients in your travels, be sure to remember me and bring them here.
What is the Lastratorium? It is an alchemy shop, apparently. Right, we need to enchant 2 things.
Good day. Goodbye.
The cuirass, forgot about that. 3 things. We have a grand soul. We're looking for something new. 24 points, not all that useful. Not bad either, especially if you keep adding to a lot of different items. We're looking for new abilities. Resistances to magic, for example. There's nothing new here. So I didn't get access to anything new. Can I not still cast these spells? I can. Magic resistance. Ability is called to resist magic though. So I should be able to add it if it's addable. The appears it is not. Wait. Why would I want to apply weakness to something here? It's just going to weaken myself, so what the fuck does it... What is the point? It doesn't allow me to add anything new either. So this list of abilities you can add makes no sense to me. Still, it is interesting that we can't add direct resistances. At least not magic resistance. I don't see any spell absorptions or things like that either. So the list of applicable effects is frankly pathetic. But it is what it is. I don't want to use a Grand Soul for this if I don't have to. We have a Grand and a Greater. We could add minor effects, I suppose. The question is, what do we want to add? How much feather do we get? 41. Not bad. Elemental and physical damage. is mainly valuable, I guess. How much intelligence would you get? Nine, so that's 18 magicka. We could add things like water breathing to something. It wouldn't require much from the soul gem itself, that would be the point. Other than that, the elemental shields make the most sense. Maybe 45 magicka, something along those lines. Almost any other thing, it's rubbish. Feather might be something again useful. But I'm very disappointed in the amount of things we can enchant things with. I'll add a shock shield. I could use the physical defense, and the elemental defense always welcome. Is it automatically on? No. Yeah, we have 65 armor. I think 80 is the maximum. So if we enchant 2 additional items with elemental shield, we have maximum physical defense. I'm not sure if that makes sense because we can get better armor. So we should start maybe considering enchanting 1 with that and then starting to think of other things. A feather would be nice. Or extra magicka, that's always nice. Water breathing might be useful, although not really. I mean, we have it on our ring if we want to switch it on desperately. It has to be a fairly weak one. I'm not using a Grand Soul anymore. Common is probably the best we can do. How much shield effects do we get? 77%. It's still respectable. If we add 2 of those, we'll basically get the maximum we can achieve. How about 45 magicka? 16 points. Could mix up the shields a little bit. A lot of turrets use fire damage. Daedra use a massive amount of fire damage. Undead and turrets use cold damage. Lightning is really the minority of attacks. Where do we stand? We have 72%, so we'll basically get to the 79, something along those lines. About as close as we can get. The real big positive upside to this is I know what items to value and what I don't have to value. Physical defense is sort of irrelevant. That's something I can always add later. Resistances, absorption, reflections, those things are the real valuable stuff. I still can't believe that I supposedly can't add them to items though. I feel like that's bullshit. Maybe there's a way to do it. We are very resistant to fire magic already. We have 3 shock shields, 2 fire shields. plus fire resistance, plus magic resistance. So there's a lot of fire damage is gonna be negated. There's really no cold resistance specifically. So we could add a little bit of extra cold, I guess. I think I'd rather just add a fire shield. Whatever. Maybe there is a mage stronghold, so maybe the altar, enchanting altar there allows more options than the enchanting options here. Or maybe it's limited through some other means. Because I can't believe you can't add some simple things like spell absorption. Granted, it might be a minor figure, but that's totally different question from the total inability to add it at all. I could use the extra magic. Only 16 points. Frost shield. 7 points. Sort of irrelevant what we put here, as long as it's something. Right, pretty much as much physical protection as we can get. So, any kind of upgrade equipment that has reflections, absorptions, resistances are the most vital to us. At least this moment. I'm also gonna check what options does the enchantment really have. All the options that you can add manually, because the list seems weird to me. It's like a weapons list to me, instead of an armor list, if that makes sense. I only have this one weapon and staff, so it's hard to say. It's a quest item, so I probably can't enchant it then, because it would turn it into another item, basically, I think. And because it's a quest item, you can't do that. Mage staff is a staff, so you can. It's already enchanted. I would need a basic weapon of any other type to look at my options. But I still feel there's something wrong with the list I'm looking at. It just does not make sense to me. Why on earth would you add damage to an armor that constantly damages yourself? It makes no sense. Why can't you add basic resistances? If it's a weapon, it sort of makes sense. But at the same time, why have shields there? Could be a balancing thing. Like you can reach ridiculous levels in certain incredibly powerful effects otherwise, so they basically neutered the ability somewhat. I don't know. We're gonna go after that anyway, no matter what. We have a respectable amount of extra carry weight, so we're not in any major trouble. Right. Everything's more or less okay.